I'll make lots of noise now. Crinkle, rapper, rapper, crinkle.
Make tons of noise.
Oonts, 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 oonts.
Give me the noise.
Fresh out of noise, sorry.
Bring on the noise.
Tank the Tabletop is live, streaming Dungeons and Dragons. Except not.
Shh, don't tell anybody.
Don't tell them.
Secret.
I've
They
been
don't
here
have
for
no-
2 years and you're telling me now?
But we tell them every week.
I also
Wait,
think
I
we've been
don't
doing
pay
this for
attention
more
to
than
that.
2 years.
Yeah, it's been more
it's
than 2
closer to
years.
3.
I say I've barely been here for 2 years.
Have I lost track of time?
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
Again?
yeah.
Well,
Leslie's
I've
been
only
around.
think
been
we all
this
have,
character for
honestly.
2 years.
That's more accurate.
Excellent.
Welcome to Voices in the Wilderness, a 13th Age tabletop stream set in a custom setting of a flying continent where apparently Fudgy the Whale still exists.
Fudgy the
There
Whale
is no-
always exists in your heart.
Fudgy the Whale exists in all dimensions.
The real question is, what icon die does he replace?
Funny the Whale is actually the prophet.
Well, see, there's the brightest timeline, the darkest timeline, and the Fudgy timeline, and that's where we are currently.
All is fudge. There are no other icons. There is only Fudgy the Whale.
Great Dreadlord Fudgy.
This is how ridiculous story arcs get started, folks.
Dan's just gonna bring us way crashing down to earth.
Alright.
The ending is going to be like Saint Elsewhere, and the entire thing is going to take place on a Fudgy the Whale cake.
Like a giant wave of fudge, it'll crash down and destroy us.
The Fudgy, oh no!
Instead of rocks die, fudge melts, we all drown.
Yup. Yup.
Oh, God.
Alright. When we last left our heroes, they actually had just, well, kidnapped a crime lord.
We're heroes.
We're gonna sell him for more instant cake.
We don't need to do that, we have instant cake mix and a machine.
Oh god, that's right.
And
Control
an
the
option
supply.
to weaponize it.
And apparently we're able to make Fudgy the Whale.
You can make as many Fudgy the Whales as you want.
Dan and I both found out that I probably ought to have known what Fudgy the Whale actually is.
Told you we weren't making that up.
It seems to be an East Coast thing.
Well, as our designated East Coast representative, you clearly should.
Well, no, specifically a Virginia East Coast thing.
I mean, I've heard of Fudgy before this point, but yeah, it's not like super common over here.
Thank God.
Yes, our heroes have captured Boss Wingspring with the help of their ally, Fudgy the Whale. They have, in spite of all odds, taken him alive.
Despite our best efforts.
I mean, we murdered a lot of other people, but
He is probably half drowned.
Partially drowned kobold.
It's like to be the Heimlich so he can cough up all of the fudge he's probably drowning in.
What a way to go.
Ice
Fudgy
cream and
river
fudge.
water.
Oh god, what's the environmental fallout from what we've done? Oh my god.
You're just
We
thinking
saved
about
Fudgy
that
the Whale,
now?
but we killed all the real whales.
Like, that village that we passed on the way here, if that was a fishing village, we've just fucked them.
well, you know how Chicago
It's
dies
now a
the River Green?
Fudgy-based economy.
You know Chicago dies the River Green for St. Patrick's Day? We dyed it brown.
I'm sure
Oh,
Fudgy like biodegradable.
no.
We're heroes.
Oh god.
Killed
Man,
by
the world tree's not gonna be happy about this.
I was like, Captain Planet's gonna kick our ass, guys.
All right, so yes, our heroes have dyed the Narrowhama River fudge for Saint Carvel Day, but but let's go back to the story at hand. Yes, your plan essentially revolves around a few things. A, by capturing Boss Wingspring, you would be able to get in good with Boss Minerva, Boss Wingspring's chief rival, who you know is working with Casey. You also know that this is a good way to, relieve the debt you accidentally inherited. And Nastasia and Gunhild would know a little bit about Boss Wingspring as well from their own independent study. Particularly that the boss, at least what Nastasia would know, is that the boss had been doing work for two factions of the Empire. And Gunhild has found out that he may have worked on some technology connected to her own origins. You have cleared out of there now, and you are now on a water rickshaw with a sleeping mob boss. What do you do?
Clean up all the cake?
Ferris is picking cake out of his beard.
I don't
I
think
was
we're
gonna
gonna
say
have time to
DK
clean up
armor
all of
first,
the
and then
Reassemble Bruno.
Yeah, so should we just,
Okay.
die to Minerva while he's asleep, or do you want me to wake him up, or?
Let's just tie him up.
try not to stab him.
I specifically put him to sleep, Gunhild.
The fuck do you think I'll be tying him up with?
I'm just asking.
New rope. Made with knife.
Knife rope.
Alright, no, tie him up and store him next to
The other man that we have.
The other hostage that hasn't been fed in a while.
Hey, I've been feeding him.
He has cake?
and the Carmer soldier.
Speaking of which, I do need to talk to Wolfric at some point. When we don't have a sleeping mob boss to go deliver.
Can we make any adjustments to Bruno?
Oh dear God, let's not
No.
make Bruno shoot cake,
Not really.
please, for the love of God.
Seriously? You don't want any sort of tinkering?
I mean,
Terminator Bruno.
yeah, Gatling cake Bruno doesn't sound like the worst idea. I mean, it sounds like a terrible idea, but it also doesn't sound like the worst idea.
It's not the worst.
This, folks, is how low we've put the bar.
Come on, it's a
Oh,
giant
God.
skeleton. I kind of want to tinker with
Sunday is antagonized Dan Day.
I mean,
it. Sorry, Dan.
he doesn't, stay together pretty well as is. I'm not sure attaching things to him would work well.
Hunhow's going to lie down and take a couple recoveries.
That's a good idea.
That's actually a really good idea.
All right, cuddle nap
Probably
on the
use it a
rickshaw.
lot.
All right. Porter looks back to you. It's like, oh, holy! Wow, that was exciting. That was a lot of cake, wasn't it? So now what, guys?
I suppose we have to go to Minerva and
So did we ever set up a meetup with? Was Samuel with us? I think Samuel was with us, right?
Samuel is also there, and his slightly different merman voice goes, yeah, no, holy shit, guys, we pulled it off.
You didn't expect us to get this far?
Look, it was kind of a desperate plan on all of our parts.
You didn't count on the power of the cake.
No. That I could say I've never counted on in my life.
Never underestimate the cake.
I kind of never want to see cake again.
Good news! We're out of cake.
are we?
Yeah, we're out of cake. Or I'm out of cake, more accurately. And I don't know how much of your cake you put into the strange Gatling contraption you had earlier, but if that was all of it, we're out of cake.
Yeah, it was all of it. It was all of it.
Somehow, you feel a feeling that the GM is happy that you haven't carted all the instant cake to the last boss fight somehow.
Oh, thank the tree we're out of cake.
I mean, I've got
Y'all
one heart,
are...
and you have yours that says "Don't ask." But
I think we've mutually just decided out of character that we don't want to do that to you, Dan.
There is no more instant cake. For now.
Hunhow's gonna go ahead and throw his don't ask cake into the river as they speed away.
It just expands and the words "you're welcome" appear on the top before it melts into the water.
I'm going to wait until I can go to an appropriate waste receptacle because I don't want Captain Planet to kick my ass.
Isn't Hunhow Captain Planet?
I mean,
I guess more or less, yeah.
yeah, basically.
Just
Well,
a
you're
really
really-
terrifying version of Captain Planet. He's the Don Cheadle Captain Planet.
I
Oh
was
my
just about to say
God.
that. I'll Dre's motherfucker.
Yeah, you know, they all, you guys all have an element. You know, Gunhild represents heart, and Alyssa represents moral quandaries, and Malkesh represents moral quandaries, and Ferris represents moral quandaries, and Nastasia represents moral quandaries.
And with our power combined, this is what we get.
I am Captain Panic Attack.
Planet.
Moral quandaries? Because this is how you get moral quandaries.
Oh shit!
We
What if
almost-
end up with a river full of ants.
We almost managed to make Gunhild have moral quandary as a. But then we made a cake to apologize for it.
Without flavor. It was a flavor.
Without any
Yeah.
flavor, no, it was just blue.
I mean,
It was
blue
the
flavor.
finest flavor of blue.
It was a cake that tasted like blue Gatorade.
Yes.
Oh, that'd be an awful cake.
That was one of the main ingredients.
But think of the electrolytes.
It's what plants crave.
You're a plant, right?
Welcome to Memes in the Wilderness. We'll be right back.
I'm really sorry anybody who's like just joined us because it's not always like this.
Yes, it
No,
is.
it is.
But sometimes it is and it's great.
Listen, Cake derailed the campaign like 3 weeks ago, and we haven't gotten over it yet.
This has been, you know what? If we count the skip sessions, this is getting close to a solid 2 months of cake.
Yeah.
Oh, thank God the cake's dead at least.
Samuel, well, we can. I know where to take it. I mean, I don't think we need to make an appointment if we, show up with, bells and captured enemies.
Does there need to be bells? I think I'm getting comfortable. I might like a nap back here.
No bells, no whistles.
Oh,
All good.
good.
Just tied up mob bosses.
Ferris, does that sleep spell work on allies too?
Well, it did, but now you have too many hit points.
Oh. Quality roleplay!
Sorry, you look too healthy now.
Yeah.
Can't sleep. can't really explain how it works. That's just how it is.
Oh god.
I only get one of those a day.
So, do you head to find Boss Minerva, deliver Boss Wingspring, or do you have something else you want to do first?
We've blackballed make more instant cake, right?
Yeah, I'm on board with just unloading this potential liability as quickly as possible.
Yeah, stopping for a little shopping trip doesn't seem like the best idea right now.
Well, I think there might be some. We did learn that Boss Wingspring had hands and some stuff, so I think Gunhild might want to talk to him first before we hand him over to Minerva. That's purely out of character. Hunhouse lying in the back, closing his eyes and trying to take a nap as best he can.
Do you want to try to interrogate the boss yourself before turning him in?
I don't see why not.
All right. Well, okay. Ferris just
Our
snaps
last
his fingers
interrogation went awesome.
and dispels the sleep spell. Assuming we have him tied up now.
Do you
I
want
would
to make
hope
me
so.
roll a former companion for that?
No, I assume that you could tie up a sleeping kobold. You don't even need that much rope.
Porter, take the scenic route.
Okay. Samuel, what's the scenic route to the place we're going? Sam's like, don't just go in circles.
They're foreign. They don't know. All right.
And
Well,
then suddenly, he just wakes up and just and just coughs up a black goop on the bottom of the deck, and just like oh, I'm going to be tasting fudge for the rest of my life. Oh no. All right, who are you guys?
well, I guess we could say we should ask you the same thing, but you're the one captured here, so.
Well, like, I hoped you would know who I am, that you weren't just, capturing somebody randomly.
Listen, we've done it before.
We're not proud of it. Well, I think he is, but I'm not.
All right.
It's fun.
Okay, so I'm guessing by the copious amounts of tiny blowing up cakes that you inherited that debt, so I call it off, you untie me, that all right? Is this what this is about? That's fine. You already did a whole bunch of damage, but I'm not really in the point to bargain here.
I wish it was that easy, but I still have a couple of questions for you, and we'll see about it.
Okay. Okay, all right. No, there is no market for instant cake.
That's not the question.
I was just guessing.
Now, this guy, he might be more interested in more instant cake, but
But I already own how to make more instant cake. And what do you mean there's no market for it?
you're not.
Load stopping device.
We're negotiating.
People love it.
Never mind. We're interrogating. We got the same difference.
It's not the same. Listen, interrogation begins with a knife, right?
No, it's,
Negotiating begins with coin.
It ends with a
Nice.
knife.
Right.
Usually.
Sometimes it just starts with a conveniently placed bucket of water. Sometimes a really dark cell. Sometimes it's just a bunch of rope and a lack of food.
Are those
I mean,
all
we're
former
heroes.
companion skills, or
out of character.
Depends who
Real
you're
quick,
asking.
out of character, real quick. Was the thing that Windspring knew about? Was it like grafting specifically, or was it something else? I can't remember. It's been a while.
It has been a while. I believe.
Honestly, I wrote it down, but I have no idea where I wrote it down.
I believe what you knew is that he had some connections of strange machinery. And seemed to be supplying devices that seemed to match the descriptions from the Silnock lab.
All right.
Right. And I found out who he had been supplying to, but I can't remember.
You have found out that he had been supplying different machines to two different factions of the Empire, trying to play them off each other.
Oh, right.
And
Was it the
rec-
Empire Library?
Yes.
Okay.
The library is kind of the clear one. The other Imperial forces seems a bit more hazy. But you know that from what your connection has told you, business has not been booming recently.
Right.
One side, at least, what they could put together is the library force, seems not to be buying as much anymore.
Alright. Gunhild will start with, listen, you seem to know about instant cakes, but that's not really what I'm asking about. I'm tired. I need to clean all the cake off my armor, and if you don't answer my questions, I'm going to leave you, she points at Windspring, with him, and she points at Malkesh. And I'm going to close the door, and I'm going to ignore whatever happens in here after that.
We're on a rickshaw. Where's
You
the
have to
Alright,
play
okay.
Gunhild.
I thought we were on a boat. I'm an idiot. Anyways, I'm going
We've
to
all had
ignore
a
whatever
really
happens
long
after
day.
that. Fine.
Cake delirium.
Which layer of cake delirium is it?
Looks third.
You know a lot
The
about...
soggy layer down towards the bottom.
Ooh.
You know?
Point is, you know a lot about machines. And you seem to know a lot about unusual machines, not just cake-making ones, but... What other machines do you know about?
Suddenly, Lissy is there.
Look, that's
I'm also
We
interested.
get to our destination. I'll leave you in a room with her, too.
like it's why we employed those goblins that you bought that place from. I have always made interesting devices extremely discreetly.
Same though. Heyo.
So
Going back
you know
to
you've essentially just asked, you know, a shopkeeper, do you sell things? Yes, I do.
What
You're-
kind of
I-
machine? Can you give me more specifics about the machines, then?
All right. Look,
I think he's asking you to ask him about specific machines.
like
Alright, I give up. I'm not getting an interrogation.
Look, you've got the advantage here. You have me tied up, but I can't just give you, you know, my life story here. You're narrow the field a bit. I want to get untied and out of here as much as you do. But I need to know something more particular.
I mean, what about machines that can... How did I put this? Something that could, I don't know, alter biological things?
Oh, see,
I mean, obviously
now,
the cakes can compress things, but...
now we're getting somewhere. Yes. Lots of stuff for that. We had a lot of weird stuff that can do stuff to like living things. Like recently or a while ago.
Let's say a while ago.
Well, a while ago was where that was. Well, this makes sense that you're curious about this. Yeah, it's the one that I hit it big on. It was some big Imperial job. We made a shitload of things, and then they came and picked it up and carted it off to some location. I think we were
Hold on,
one
you
of
said it made sense. You said it made sense that I would ask about that?
I mean, that's everybody wondered where I came, you know, how I suddenly became, you know, prominent. It's because I was one of maybe, I don't know, 5 or 6 contractors on that job all across the continent. Made a ton of money. Got the legs in the gang. And had some connections inside the Empire after that. Let me tell you. Empire puts on a rosy face, but some folks in there need some weird shit.
Yep.
Job.
Which folks?
There's more?
Which? Oh. All right. Which folks? Okay. Well, I mean, look. Let's talk here for a second. I'm about to give you some stuff that can, get me in trouble down the road as well. So yeah, I tell you this, and then you tie me up, and then somebody puts a crossbow bolt through my back. I'm not getting ahead here.
Malkesh unrolls surgical instruments.
Okay, I'm getting
You're
very
already
ahead.
kind of in trouble.
Okay. I had, after that big job, there was two main, let's say I know there was at least two people in charge of whatever the hell was going on there. I don't know much about it. As I said, all I made was effectively it was like a tubing, a machine that could, like a syringe. Like it could draw a lot of something out. And we made a lot of it.
A lot of something in particular, or just
A lot of that device. Just a extraction system, I called it. Didn't think about what it was used for. Just knew.
Was it one machine that extracted a lot of something, or was it a lot of machines that extracted one thing?
It was, I imagine it was one part of a larger device.
all right.
They were being, secretive. They told me what it had to hook into and what, the couplings and things like that, but
That's fair.
that's just the part I made. Just could, dig in and start a pumping. Like it was sharp. I don't think it wasn't like a drill or something like that. It was, as he said, with more biological targets than. Anyway, after that, there must have been a falling out of the two heads of that project because, then they both individually come to me for different things. Or at least send their people out, so,
You seem like the secretive type, so I don't know if I'm going to get with this, but did they give you any
No.
names?
Nah, I don't. The most I could get is, one was pretty clearly connected with the library, and then the other was. Well, I don't know what they were, but they paid really well, and that was just a do it and shut up. The library one was just, what a fucking pain in the ass.
Sounds about
Oh,
right.
crap.
It's like I can't tell you much more about group 2, but I know that they had me make more similar devices that seem to deal with things of biological natures, a couple of metamagical things, and then we delivered them to the edge of the Great Forest. A couple of people picked them up, and then they disappeared. As I said, the other one, a huge pain in the ass, right? Started with, and I know exactly what happened that complicated it. Like first, I had this great deal of, just supplying airship parts. Easy. Then they had that, crazy human engineer come in and, then regular parts wouldn't do, so I had to ramp it up and, well, let's say I rather than making the parts, I found a new acquisition method to get some real primo shit. And then just honestly, it was within the week. They just cut off completely, said they didn't need those parts anymore. And I know they knew how primo those parts were, so that absolutely fucking baffled me.
Strange.
Alright, is there anything else? Information, debt forgiving? Bada boom, bada bing, we're out of here.
Well,
Jeez.
I don't know about getting out of here, but appreciate the information anyway.
Alright, then what? What else? What can I do for you?
Well, I think I've heard everything I want to hear. Anybody else?
no, there's nothing much new.
I just have one question.
Is it about the cakes?
Malkesh walks over, gets right up in his face. How the hell do you compress ice cream cake in a form that doesn't melt?
How will I know? It wasn't my machine.
Oh, I thought you said you made that. Oh, you're no use to me.
No, it was
Kesh wanders off.
Wanders like a couple inches to the other side of the rickshaw.
Yeah.
Yep, and goes back to trying to put the bones of Bruno back together, and they just fall over because he's not doing it right.
Wait. Did you say compress?
Yeah.
Wait, with like a machine that says compresses something into smaller forms.
Yes.
Those sons of bitches. No, I did make that machine.
Malkesh stands up, turns around. What? Well then, how the hell does it compress ice cream cake? In a form that doesn't melt?
Oh, well, that's easy because it has to be able to compress the same semi-solid used in some airship fuels. The ones that use the gelatin ones. He looks to Alyssa. You know, like the ones that the elves make, so they, have that weird sap shit. Anyway, to do that, you'd be able to compress multiple forms of fuel into one fuel puck. So, I guess they use the same. Well, all the data I collected for that and applied it to fucking ice cream.
I mean,
It was quite effective.
it was very effective.
And the puck also kind of naturally part of the magical compression is it keeps temperature down because you don't want the spark to hit the fuel, right? So you want the pucks to be as stable as possible for storage. So I guess in that case, it would also keep fucking ice cream cold.
Malkesh sort of nods, not understanding any of it, but nods along anyway.
Not sure how this helps.
How is my fucking criminal empire going to be undone by ice cream cake?
Out of character, could somebody nudge Hunhao just a bit?
Gunil goes to check on him and make sure he's okay.
Hunhao sort of, after hearing the word elf and being nudged, leans forward. What do you mean sap?
Oh, it's one of the key components of elven fuel. They obviously don't have a whole lot of minerals except on, their colony islands. So they use some kind of sap, harvest it. It's dangerous stuff. I was really hoping a way to stably compress it would get me good in with the Dark Elf Pirates. Really expand my business. But I'm not going to be able to do that until, my new friends here let me go. And I forgive them for everything they've done and make sure they get really rich. And I help them in any other way I can. Right, guys? Right, friends? Pals?
Everybody just scatters.
Hunhao opens his
On a
mouth like he wants
rickshaw?
to
Yeah.
say something else before closing it, shaking his head, and leaning back to close his eyes again.
Ness just looks over at Samuel.
Is it time to go?
We weren't already going?
We were going in circles.
Oh,
So,
right.
so you'd have time to interrogate.
Okay, I took us close, but I'm just waiting for you guys to give me a signal.
Ferris
okay,
gives
okay.
an okay sign.
Samuel gives one back.
Malkesh lings into Boss Wingspring. I know it doesn't look like it, but really, we're a very competent group.
For what it's
Ah.
worth, it's nothing personal, more or less.
What's the end game here? Look, you still haven't told me. I mean, doesn't make sense, for you to kidnap me and not try to ransom me or shake me down for something.
It's not our usual MO.
Oh.
Well,
It's
for
not
some of
exactly
us.
ransom either, but you're also not the one that we want the favor from.
I get it. All right, so this is I've well and truly lost then.
If it's any consolation, I wanted to kill you.
Well, that's much better. Now I'm probably going to be in a hole in an underwater well for the rest of my life. Never see the sun again, so
Can we keep him?
Malkesh turns to
For
Gunhill.
fuck's sake.
See? Could have killed him.
Why is this my fault? I'm trying to. Oh, never mind.
There's one
Maybe-
more
Maybe we can still
Option.
negotiate something.
if we want. But it'll require you making some pretty major asset relocations very quickly.
what? What? Huh?
Well, if the whole reason we're delivering you is to get you out of the way, why don't you just get yourself out of the way? I'm
Okay,
sure there's
so
plenty of opportunity for you to set up shop somewhere with regular customers who aren't trying to stab you.
all right, so you're offering me the get out of town and don't look back option.
We're
That would
running
be
out of
alternative.
options.
I don't know if we're gonna get what we want if we let him take that option.
They're probably not going to be happy with us if we don't bring him in person.
I mean, Samuel's right here.
Yeah, I kind of. This is. Remember the deal you made with me, your friend Samuel? Deliver Boss Wingspring, have a better life? That part of your friend?
And Samuel didn't try to kill us or shake us down for, $1 million gold.
All
5 million.
all right.
5 million gold.
Just saying.
No, look.
If we could take credit for it, then that still helps you. But if
How
not,
would we
then
prove the credit?
he wouldn't
I'll
be
go.
around.
I'll go with you. You got me. I'll even at the last moment. I'll stay tied up until then. I'll walk in. This will be a negotiation rather than a goods. And I mean, I'll negotiate on terrible terms. I can get out of here. I can clear out my whole operation. I can give Narohama to Minerva. She earned it.
We could make him a little dead.
We don't need to make anyone dead.
No. I'm just saying, if she has to see him die, we can make him a little dead, and then he learns his lesson and goes about his life after he's not dead anymore.
Okay, I still don't like this plan.
There's a way. It's not easy, but there is a way.
Are we talking return to life kind of dead, or are we talking
Yes,
Malkesh
yes.
kind of dead?
No. Return to life kind of dead. Where I will
That's
just
so sweet.
borrow his soul.
No,
Put
I
the
don't
soul
like it
back in.
already.
It just goes
You-
out and
you
goes
have-
back in.
You have enough souls.
What, his soul?
You,
I'm saying
you left because you had too many souls.
Listen. What we do is we just smack him up a little bit, or let Minerva smack him up a little bit. We just go and we just use a little thing called Death Knell. We just pull it out, but we hold it, and we don't use it, and we put it right back in. Just like if any of you happen to die, we could take it from some bad guy, put it into you, you're all set. Soul continuality, so his soul goes back to his body, no
That's
problem.
not how. That can't possibly be how souls.
Listen,
No.
it's easy. It's child's play. I do it several times a day when I'm with you all.
You don't
Is that
have
what
to
you've been
remind me
doing
of
to
that.
them?
I mean, he wouldn't really die, but it would be quite dramatic. It would hurt like the Dickens, but I think that's a positive for Minerva. But then Boss Wingspring stays alive in the long run.
I guess we'll keep that in our back pocket in case we need it.
I mean,
I'd
I could
rather
put it in
not-
my back pocket too.
Well, no, I'd rather that not be our first course of action.
I am unsympathetic to the plight of a crime lord.
I'm just saying I don't necessarily condone the idea of ripping out souls and then shoving them back in all willy nilly.
I mean, it's worth.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was over here. Just
I mean, you
Yeah,
all act
my-
like it
my-
wouldn't be his soul.
You just hear Samuel. Everybody hold your breath for a second.
But I'm not. Oh,
And
Why are we holding our breath?
with that, the rickshaw dives underwater. And you see a turn, and you see pretty much Samuel wave and look at two burly mermen underwater, and then go through a tunnel. And there's a moment of darkness, and then you emerge at what kind of looks like a hidden underwater dock with channels that similar to kind of the bar or the similar to kind of the bar or that little storage facility where there's enough shallow that you can walk on, or in the case of probably our two shorter party members, swim through,
Doggy pedal.
but also allows the mer people to move. And Samuel looks, it's like, all right, we're here. So, I mean, I was right there while you were discussing it, so can you let your friend in on the plan?
I mean, the plan hasn't really changed. We're just talking potential outcomes depending on how Minerva feels about certain things.
What plan?
I didn't realize you all were so squeamish with the soul stuff, really. Thought you all got used to it by now.
Look,
Like-
whatever the case, he won't be a problem for you.
All right. Shall I bring you in?
I think it would be best to get this over with.
sooner the better, I suppose.
All right.
Hunhouse gonna go ahead and pick up both Malkesh and Lucy and put them on his shoulders so that they don't have to swim.
I mean, Lucy is a puffin person. She'd probably be just fine swimming.
Oh no, it's okay.
Oh, well.
Clings to a muscle.
Yep. She is both. No, she is a puffin person, yes, but she's also an Okbi, meaning she is both comfortable swimming or riding on death machines.
The only way to travel.
Lizzie, stop looking at a place to put a minigun. Stop it.
I would
But it
not
would
be
fit
comfortable
so
with another one of your inventions on me.
Hanhao is packing enough firepower, trust me.
I'm sure you'll find the modifications.
Can we move on?
Yeah.
We can enhance this, and this. But probably
I
not
am
that.
uncomfortable.
He doesn't need any enhancements with that.
No, that's just fine.
Melkesh, he sells
Minerva.
health-enhancing drugs on the side.
Oh god.
I mean, they do have the spell called Instant Botox.
Point to your ears, guaranteed.
If your wood elf lasts for 4 hours or longer, please contact the doctor.
Samuel leads you through.
It's like a family healer.
I'm so sorry, Dan.
Dan's using his "I'm so over this shit" voice.
Samuel leads you through this dark underwater base. You see numerous little side rooms of the mer people kind of going back and forth, stores of weapons, stores of more illegal goods. Eventually, until you get to steps outside of the water and a large wooden door.
Are walk-in appointments welcome?
Yes, there are two. They're pretty much nearby, close enough. Another group of large merfolk, well armed. A second door that kind of enters through the water for Samuel and Porter to go through. And as you enter through the door, you go into a what looks like a large conference-style room. And you see kind of Samuel and Porter to one side come through the other door. You see a few merfolk guards, and immediately waiting by the pool of water out front, you see the familiar form of the Bandit Queen, Casey Finnegan. And if you scan the room, you'll also see two other familiar folk.
Let's scan
With her-
the room.
Scanning.
With kind of her feet kicked up on a table, you see an older woman with an eye patch, just kind of idly kind of spinning a dagger. She sees you and she smiles. Happy to see most of you, unsurprised to see that you've collected more folk into your realm.
Okay,
You
yes.
see Old Cutter Eye from the settlement. You also see, leaned up against a wall, a man close to, 7 feet tall. He's all muscle and wearing the robe of a Wildlands barbarian. His hair is long, shiny. He's handsome but rugged. You see the form of the invincible Dwayne.
Oh my god.
I think you mean Dwayne.
Dwayne.
Is it wrong that I couldn't place the character until you said it like that?
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, how could you possibly forget about Dwayne?
Dwayne. I was going to say you've got all of my crushes in one room, but I just don't know if I ever felt that way about Dwayne.
About Dwayne.
Dwayne.
Quite a group here.
Well, shit. Sorry, we're late.
Casey turns around and says, "No, actually, you're directly on time."
Oh God, fuck for what?
Well, It was tough to organize this by not organizing this, but I managed to get everybody here in one spot without contacting anybody or, well, directly meeting out. I mean, you have your merfolk guides there. Samuel kind of nods, and it's like, yeah. Look,
Samuel?
No, I just met them.
Okay.
Casey looks, no, the other one.
Porter?
Look, look, I'm not a crime guy. It's hard. I was offered a whole lot of money to keep an eye on you guys and make sure that you never reached out to her.
I'm really glad we didn't pay you yet.
Hana's slowly going to put Malkesh and Lissy down.
Well, I did still do the job you guys wanted me to do, and then some.
He's not wrong.
And
I just have this urging feeling to choke him with a thing of instant cake. Sorry.
Casey shakes her head. No, you don't get it. He wasn't supposed to contact you, and I knew that. It was part of my plan as well.
So your plan was for us to come here without asking for us to come here, by asking this guy to get us here without telling us to come here?
By kidnapping this guy.
No, well, it sounds silly that way, but no.
You think?
The thing, though, is I knew it would happen.
Oh.
And in knowing it would happen, I could prove to Minerva to get on board with this.
Are you saying we kidnapped Boss Wingspring for nothing?
Well, no.
Do you just hear a tiny voice?
Yes, you kidnapped Boss Wingspring for nothing. You should let him go.
Suddenly I have a feeling to let him go.
So how
All
did
right.
you know? No, this is actually a pretty
Yeah.
important question.
That is.
I knew because I knew.
It's not a
Now
good
we're just
enough
going in
answer.
circles.
Ferris, I can only assume that you've had the same flashes, the same ability to see things yet to come. Whenever you get closer to another one of these things, whenever they combine more, it gets a little clearer.
That's how I knew what Faustus was going to do to Grand Natostrum. She's not wrong. That must mean you've found some more of those.
I found one more of those. And that's it. There's only 3 left, Ferris.
You see Ferris like quickly counting on his fingers. So
Which is
that's your goal now. Now that Faustus is dead.
my goal is here. This is one of my big plans. Here, wait. Where's the tiefling?
He's been I don't know. He's been reassigned.
Bureaucracy.
He's been bureaucracied.
So he hasn't reconsidered the offer then.
I guess not.
What offer?
Well, there's only so many places I can be. Nastasia, it's what I told you, that the Bandit Queen's a useful title, but for one person to be it, you can't be everywhere at once.
Yeah, something about us. What was that? Ruling together, you said?
Mm-hmm. And this, well, -2. Are everybody I'd like to be at the core of that organization.
-2 as in we're short 2, or -2 as in...
No, we're short 2.
Ah.
That's... I'm sure Minerva is just waiting for a dramatic entrance. And, well, as I said, it sounds like Cyril hasn't considered the offer seriously.
Well, you did tie him up.
No, I didn't tie him up.
Oh, it was Wellspring, right?
Oh wait, that guy?
Yeah, that guy.
And you just kind of a hustle between your legs as kind of Boss Wingspring kind of puts forward. Look, it sounds like you're short 2, so let me tell you, I'm very, very confident in my masculinity. I can be as Bandit Queenie as you want.
Just, like, pick him up. How the hell did he get untied? No.
We're a slippery race.
Bad cap. Or captive. Bad.
So,
I mean, we know where he is now, if you wanted to actually talk to him, or have someone actually talk to him, or maybe just do anything at all directly.
Cutter Eye says, well, she did send me to talk to him before. I was familiar with some of her groups, and when she sent word there, it was a pretty good offer after, well, at least I thought, after Cyril got ousted in this plan to be, well, to actually codify the control he had over the settlement as the mayor. Unfortunately, he didn't see himself as the criminal type. So we went our separate ways, and then I heard someone had kidnapped him along the way, so I rushed up this way to here, and once again, Casey made no contact until I found my way here.
I feel like Z's was overlooked. There's a significant lack of goblin representation in this group. Are you inclusive?
I mean, you're here.
Well, but I've been brought here technically against my will, or without my knowledge. Which is it again?
No, because if we start thinking about this too much, we're going to get into, is there even such thing as free will?
I mean, I can put Boss Bringswing's soul into a bucket of fish. We'd all laugh at that. That's pretty free will, right?
Trust me, it's working into the partner's lands is something I want to do, but right now, this would give us a representative, somebody who watches over the wildlands. Cutter Eye has quite a few connections in the Allied Kingdoms, and Minerva, whenever she gets here, effectively has, well, an entire network through the Empire now.
So
I
so
hope
you're
it's a
not
good one.
planning to march against the Empire.
No.
That was kind of the rumor that was spreading around. Just wanted to make sure that everything's on
No,
the level
well,
here.
See, the problem is that the Empire thinks everyone's going to march against them, and
Well, yeah, I'm just saying, yeah, that's
not that I'm probably telling you anything you haven't already foreseen, but the library forces are most definitely planning on coming in and raiding whatever they fucking can.
Mm-hmm. That I didn't know.
Oh,
Which complicates. And then you hear all right, you've proven your point. Kind of emerging from the water, you see another form. Merfolk boss Minerva, she kind of swims forward, hops up onto the rock there, and then quickly another attendant comes in, throws a suit jacket over her shoulder, and then she's just like, and the merfolk then goes to dry land, goes to a box, takes a cigar, holds it out, lets her bite down on it with very sharp shark teeth, and then lights it for her before backing off. Look, Casey, you've proven your point. You have whatever inside knowledge was able to bring all these people here without any connection or any reaching out. I believe it's not a trick now. But if the library is going to march on the city, I need to know about it. You. She takes out the cigar and kind of points it at Nastasha. What do you know?
I know that my favorite color is purple. Rather fond of wine. I apparently have a thing for emotionally unavailable women.
Right, that's all well and good. And that's unfortunate. You are a pretty thing.
Oh, thank you.
But what do you know about the library marching on the city?
Not a whole lot.
Dwayne steps forward. Dwayne is curious as well. Boss Minerva has provided quite a few supplies down the river to my bandit groups. If this city ran into trouble, Dwayne's would have trouble as well.
A lot of people would have a lot of trouble. Before we left, there was an attack that looked very much like a sort of infiltration on the library into a lab, into rather dangerous specimens.
You just hear Boss Wings ring. Ooh, boy.
Oh, don't tell me you know about this.
Um,
Unless you do, in which case, tell me fucking everything.
like that's... Oh boy, this is not good for a wings. Look, and he tries to. Can I step forward a little bit?
Apparently my mouth can't tell you at all.
Okay, look, after the library, after the library cut off one of my business deals, I kind of made a deal with that other Imperial faction to see if I could find out what the library was up to, alright?
Oh, well, congrats. You've just given them the excuse they needed to come crush you.
But
If it's any
Min-
consolation, they would have found something eventually.
Minerva kind of taps out her cigar. She's right on both counts. Question now is what we're going to do about it. Casey just shakes her head. No, look. We have a lead now. Here's the other thing I know. And this is why I needed the support within the Empire. Is no, I don't plan on marching against the Empire, but I do kind of have to find their most secret location and rob it.
Oh, is that all?
Look, it's... Ever since in the depths, when I absorbed that extra shard, I started to feel a deeper connection with the rest of them. And I could tell when somebody was using them. And I knew Orther had started to look into how he could use that corrupt power, and that's why I had to stop it. And I know somebody in the Empire is using it as well. You saw what Faustus did and what he wanted to do. It's not something we should touch. It's not something that should be messed around with.
I completely agree.
I can't find anything wrong with what she's saying.
No, but how do we know she's telling the truth?
What happens to both of you if you get more of these cases?
What? I'm sorry, I did not understand a word of that.
Said, what happens to the two of you if you get more of these shards? It didn't really work out that well for the last owner.
I
can't say I'm in a hurry to use any of them anytime soon.
Which is why I know you'll probably say no to this next.
You want us to help you steal it?
Well, no. If I'm being honest, I was just working under the assumption that you were going to help me steal it. Kind
You're
of
not
fits.
wrong.
We did. This is kind of why we came here.
Yeah.
And if somebody is using it, then that just makes it all the
That
more
is a
necessary.
bigger problem, yeah.
What
But
I was
then who?
afraid you would say no to. Because there's really only two options. We try to chase down whatever leads we can, perhaps through this kobold. It's like, yes, I will help you chase down whatever you need. Just, I need to be there, out and about, in the sunshine, with you guys. I'll show you where you need to go, tell you all my connections. That sound good, guys? Yeah? Bah?
Ferris looks down at Wingspring and then looks back up to Casey. Or
if I had the greater share of the remaining shards, I
No.
probably could locate it easily.
Absolutely not.
Not
no.
a chance.
Not a chance. No way. No how. Nuh-uh.
Ferris kind of slowly turns to Lissy.
No.
Why are you? No.
No.
Maybe I don't want to know the answer to this.
It doesn't work that way.
As concerning as Lissy's vehemence is, I'm going to have to agree. After how unstable you were in Grand Nadastrum, I'm not sure you're the one to trust with that sort of power.
And who are you, anyway?
I'm here to make sure that sort of demonic energy, that power, isn't used to damage the world.
He has a point, Casey. I don't know how it works for you, but I could feel the shards trying to influence me, trying to change my goals. Absorbing this many at once, it could unravel everything that you're trying to accomplish here.
I don't know. To be honest, now that I've found out what I am, I don't know where my goals begin and end. But I know that these things can't be used. Only leads us to a path of undoing. That's the light I have to try to keep chasing.
Well, maybe we should try to keep them from getting whole as much as possible. Maybe we can share the load.
That's what I figured you'd say. No. I have no reason to try to force it out of you, or... Frankly, you're one of the few people who've... Well, a lot of you who have never tried to do any wrong by me. I can give you at least that much. But it sounds like we're on a pretty tight timeline.
Extremely.
Looks down to Wingspring. So, how about those contacts?
The debt first.
Oh, right, yeah, debt. Can we not owe anybody 5 million gold now?
Done!
That was easy.
No, he needs to sign the contract.
Minerva looks to Wingspring. And you're gonna sign over everything you have here to me. And Wingspring goes, done! And then
That is-
Minerva...
But the debt was already wiped before it was handed over, right? Right.
Yes, yep. I don't own that debt, so you guys are in the clear, and Minerva has all my shit. And then Minerva takes a long drag of her cigar and then just blows some smoke rings. And if you don't help them find whatever this is, I'm gonna feed you to piranhas.
Yeah, don't worry about that.
Now,
Makesh smiles. He also has very sharp, pointy teeth.
now just sort of slowly turns his head to look down at Malkesh with growing concern.
Alright.
You mean you haven't been concerned before this?
No, but it's growing worse.
You should have known it before he was dead.
Alright. Okay, look. Here's the thing. Best lead I have to you is the stuff I've been doing and dropping off to the Great Forest, alright? But, as I said, I dropped off to the edge. To get through there, like, that's... It's a... Like, it is the classic tale of forest people go into and get lost from. You need somebody to... You know, you need somebody to find your way through there. Somebody who would know how to get there. I can bring you up to there. I can tell you what I need to, what I know about that, but other than that, I'll just be, leading you blindly through a woods that, people say once you get lost and you never come out.
All right. So does anybody know a forest person that we could?
You have a
use as
tree
guide?
person.
I mean, I don't want to assume that
Same
How
difference.
can just
I'm-
automatically know his way through any forest that he's in.
I'd probably be able to figure it out pretty easily, but a local would probably be a better bet.
Anyhow, what do your elven eyes see?
A lot.
Hey, where'd that actual tree person go?
Oh yeah!
I thought he was hanging
Wow.
out with Lily.
Wormwood? Was that his name?
Yeah.
Haven't you done enough to him?
Yeah, that's true.
But I like him!
Wormwood's pretty great.
Well, we'll have to find. If we have to find someone local, then I guess we
Or,
gotta find
I guess-
someone local.
We could stake out the supplies that Wingspring drops off and follow whoever claims them.
But they're not buying anymore.
No. Library's
the
not buying
forest.
anymore. Those people still buy him plenty.
I suppose we could hide
Oh.
ourselves in amongst the parts.
Well, shit, time to be a chinchilla again, folks.
You just
Oh.
go into the forest. You listen for whichever of the four directions the music is the loudest. Will be fine.
You just hear in the back of that. You just hear in the background, Dwayne loves chinchillas. They're amongst the softest of creatures.
Right?
Hunhow's head now slowly turns towards Dwayne with
Who's this
growing
guy?
concern.
Dwayne loves chinchilla.
Who doesn't?
Well, that's actually a fairly good plan, but how would we track you as a chinchilla after they had taken you with the supplies?
Oh no, me and Malkesh would be with her too.
What?
How-
Casey looks back and forth.
Oh, so I picked up this neat party trick while we were away.
Also, why is Ferris the one that's surprised? I'm the one that's being roped into this, and Ferris the one that's surprised.
I'm surprised that Malkesh and Lissy can. I guess I don't know how big these shipments are.
Aren't we all the size of a chinchilla?
That's my confusion.
I mean,
God, Lissy really does keep shrinking.
Well, I kind of thought Nas was quite a big chinchilla.
No, I
No,
mean
she's just fluffy.
chinchilla-sized chinchilla.
I mean, Malkesh is 3 foot.
She's not an
4.
elf-sized chinchilla. She's just a regular-sized chinchilla.
She is not some kind of capybara chinchilla.
Oh.
Oh, I want one. of
Can
those.
she change into a capybara?
Oh,
I mean, I guess. Once a day.
Regardless, the question still stands. Yes, we could get you into the box of parts, and but how would we follow you? Would you be?
I'm-
Is there a way you could send a signal? I mean, a trail
I'm
of
sure
breadcrumbs,
Malkesh and I
if
could
even.
figure- Bruno! Bruno knows where Malkesh goes.
This is sadly true.
Hunhow pinches
we'll
his
just
nose
leave-
and closes his
We'll
eyes.
just leave a trail of Bruno for you guys to follow.
That's not where I was going with it, but we could.
Dumb.
We'd be following the skeleton through the woods to you after you had been taken.
Yes.
That sounds about right.
I will
How
just
does-
leave you like his left hand, and his hand will point you the way.
Hunhow looks to Ferris with a pleading stare.
Even better.
Ferris just shrugs. I'm like, I mean, worst case scenario is, Bruno leaves us a trail of Bruno. Otherwise,
Okay.
Well, if
Okay.
it's just his hand pointing in the right direction, you guys should be okay.
Okay, I don't actually have to be a chinchilla. Just saying, I could fly and follow.
That might be a good backup plan in case the hand leads us.
Oh, that sounds like you don't want to travel with us, Nas.
Well, then it'd be you and Malkesh.
I haven't done enough of that already.
It'd be very romantic.
Look,
You what?
What?
Nothing brings people
Lucy
together
and Malkesh
like
just
the
look at
Lich
each other
King.
confused while Hanao stands between them.
I'm sorry?
Hanao just has a nice little smile on his face.
Is this really the time to be discussing this?
Never.
Dwayne thinks this
nosing
elf
off.
man is very pleasant.
Oh, well, thank
have
you,
no
Dwayne.
idea.
Dwayne enjoys his fashion sense as well, and he beats his bare chest.
I think Dwayne's coming on to Hunhow now.
Hanao just keeps smiling. He's happy. He made a friend.
All right.
Oh, there's gonna be so much revenge.
So tracking the shipments shouldn't be a problem.
All right. Look,
actually, now that I think about it, I could probably rig up something. Yeah, I think I can brew up a ritual that would allow us to kind of track, at least allow me to track the shipment, as it gets carried through the woods.
Well, this is becoming a better and better plan. Multiple redundancies in case one of our tracking methods fails.
Aww.
Yeah.
I mean, you still get to sit the bottom of a cart full of parts, Lissy. It's not too bad.
No. And I'm
Is that really necessary, though?
really curious about what they're doing with these parts. Maybe I can build something as I go.
In the interest of not immediately getting caught, does anyone else actually need to travel with the shipment?
I mean, I don't think so. I think we can. I think I can cook this up.
I mean,
My
Keep
parts!
it away from the parts.
But I own these parts. They're mine.
But think of the element of surprise.
Exactly.
Exactly.
You can ambush the ambushers again.
yeah, look,
Exactly.
it's-
Karai knows what I'm talking about, right?
Where are the ambushers?
I mean, don't get me wrong. The last time you guys ambushed an ambusher, it turned out really well for me, which I really appreciate. But maybe we should listen to the sneaky one here.
He does make quite a bit of sense.
Wait, which one's the sneaky one? You just look between
First-
Ferris and Nos.
Versus,
All right, look.
I think they're both
This-
making the same point.
yeah.
And Wingspring pipes up. Okay, you just need. Look. I need to make sure you guys do this safely and not get killed, so I don't get killed in a much more gruesome way. So, look, if you think you can do it all right on your own, that's fine. But I swear, anytime I dealt with this, I felt like I could, my people who were looking around, and we got pretty good dark vision, but there was a lot of crossbows trained on us from the darkness.
Oh, all right. Lissy, we'll just have to get you another cart full of parts.
Okay.
You have
Well-
a fucking warehouse full, guys.
Ooh, maybe I could make something before.
Oh, now
turn the
pinches
boat
the bridge
into
of his nose again.
We'll figure something out.
And look, and even if you guys go in there, there's no guarantee you won't run into any danger in that forest just following her. It's a pretty wild spot for this far into the continent. There's a reason why if people were trying to hide something, they'd hide it in there.
Out of character, for a second, is Casey coming with us?
Casey kind of stepped forward, and then Dwayne puts her hand on her shoulder. Casey, if what they say is true and we'll be attacked, Dwayne needs you to fight by his side. You have great strength. Casey looks, and then looks to Ferris, and then looks to the rest. And then... he's probably right there.
Well, I know what the answer will be. But, you know, the reverse of your query could possibly be true. You could give any extra that you have to Ferris.
What? No.
Oh
Lizzie,
no, we can work on that.
No.
I'll hold it for you.
Don't worry.
That makes
Malakesh and I will sort it out for you, Ferris.
No.
That completely flies in the face of the point you made to me to stand down. Now it just sounds like you're trying to get your hands on all of
Yeah,
it.
I'm a little bit concerned about this, Lizzie.
No, I mean, I'm just saying.
We're just concerned for Ferris, is all.
Yeah.
It sounds like you're the opposite of that.
Listen, when the dead man's concerned about you, you should be concerned.
The dead man.
Mostly dead.
Sorta. Mostly. Kinda?
Don't worry. It's
In-
only
in
Listen,
Determined.
don't label me.
He's Schrodinger's goblin, okay?
Schrodinger.
He's a millennial. He wants to avoid labels.
That reminds me.
Oh, God.
What happened to Ambra?
That really was Schrodinger's cat.
Regardless, I mean, I'm not trying to get them for us, but
It sounds like you are.
No, I think I know who you are trying to get them for, and that still sounds terrible.
I think it's just fair that we ask the question
Amboa can be
as
here.
well, because she asked it of us.
Well, she asked it of me.
Yes, but you're in the group, so it's an us.
It's all this wee business.
I think she means the royal we.
Amboa kind of jumps up on Nastasia's shoulders and then just... Nastasia,
Mm.
there's a chance that this is an internal Empire group. And that they're delivering parts. They could be utilizing whatever I had built there. That sounds like it's secretive location enough that... That sounds like something I would think.
Even more cause for concern. Lovely. We'll try not to blow this one up, I guess.
But
And there is also in all of this, where the fuck is the family? You think this is them?
possible.
Or whoever's left?
It would be easier for me to put this back together if I could remember more. But it's entirely possible we could have someone this deep in the Empire. Either way, this is just a hypothesis. All right. Wingspring shouts out, "How about you untie me and I show you the goods?"
How about we keep you tied up and you show us the goods anyway?
I feel like this is an innuendo.
I have nothing to do with this.
Look, we have to make this look like I'm still in control, right?
It's hard to do tied up.
It's very hard to do tied up. Wow, I didn't expect you to be the one that would be on my side with this.
Well, honestly, you're not really much of a threat at the moment. And I've been really chomping at the bit to rip your soul out of your body violently. So, really, either way, I win. You either work with us, we get this done, or you turn against us, and I get to put you into a bucket of fish. So, I'm all for this. Let's untie the fuck.
You are terrifying.
No, I'm
I-
actually quite easy to be along with.
I did warn you.
Ferris slips out a knife and cuts Wingspring's rope.
Oh. Okay.
Malkesh just walks over and puts an arm around him. See? We're fine.
You just hear...
We're heroes.
You hear Minerva. 1 second. I don't want you to leave here with me owing you a favor, and you did a very big favor for me. So you're going to take some payment and then shut up about it.
Yeah, I like this plan.
This sounds lovely.
What kind of payment?
Look, I know the type of folks you are. You come in, you cause trouble, you kill some stuff, and you're the type that needs magical items.
I swear if it's
Oh,
Spongy the
I don't-
Male, I'm getting out of here.
Ferris's eyes immediately light up at that notion.
Well, that I guess we are.
She's not wrong.
I just
I'd
want
like her to
give
be
you a-
wrong, but I can't argue.
Hey, I try not to cause trouble, and then everyone else makes a huge ruckus.
I just want to give you a small taste of what you can get to continue to help me here. Right. You, she points to the merfolk guard. Go get, yeah, get the gloves. They don't really fit any of us well anyway. Right, boss? And then he comes back and comes to the edge of the pool. Please step forward. Dwayne looks. Those are some very fine gloves.
Ferris looks at his gauntleted hand and is like, I'll pass.
The Merfolk Guard holds the first epic tier item of the game.
Ooh.
Ferris immediately walks forward. No, I shouldn't.
On second thought.
Although seriously, if nobody's gonna go up there, Ferris sure as hell will.
Fuck
'cause-
it.
I mean,
'cause that's,
I'm
that's
confused
worth
here.
it's worth money.
All right, I
Jumps
am
above
going.
their heads.
Samuel also kind of steps forward, and before you guys leave, look, you guys did me a solid too, so I got some stuff for you as well.
If Hunao goes forward, then back off.
I
Hunao!
think Malkesh kind of beat him there.
All
I
right,
guess she's standing on Hunau's head.
Yeah.
all right. So
Let's see what
you
they
see-
are, and then see who would use them the best. No?
No,
You see,
just
they
roll
are
me on everything.
they are the gauntlets of swift striking, recharge 6+. For this round only, you're going first, no matter what. Quirk. You already assumed the quirk for this item was jump to conclusions, right?
Oh god.
Yes.
So essentially, with this item, at the start of a round, you declare activation, and then you go first.
And that was recharge 6?
Recharge 6.
Wow. And that's
Good item.
yeah, that
That sounds like something that would really help a melee character.
Yes. I
I'll
am
say-
one now.
I mean, it could
Yeah,
help a magic
I mean-
user too.
it would help Hunhow a lot because he'd be able to get his focus at the
Focus,
beginning of
yeah.
initiative order.
It doesn't help me as much, so I'll step back.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
it
I'm
would
gonna
help me,
tap out for this one, I think.
but I do also already have magical gloves.
Gunhild already has gloves. She wouldn't take them because she kind of sees them as, being associated with criminals, and her gloves already have like a certain amount of sentimental value, so she wouldn't get rid of them anyways.
right.
Those are associated with. Do you know who you work with?
She still has morals.
I guess on how step before to take the
A
gloves.
literal spell thief and a spy/assassin.
She still has
Okay.
morals.
We're gonna owe Gunhild a lot of cakes.
Yep.
We're out of cake. We're out of cake forever.
Even if, no matter what the gloves are, she's probably not going to drop her current ones anytime soon. She has a
And-
reason to hold on to them.
Samuel lays out a bundle with armor. Like, this is... I've already... Like, I figure I'm going to parlay this into, I figure I'm going to parlay this into getting out of the old smuggling directly trade, at least. And this has been an extraordinarily useful suit of armor for me. There's a bottom half to it, but I don't think it fits anybody here. And Samuel lays out the unremarkable armor. While wearing this armor, you look like, well, the main distinguishing feature in the armor is, people chiefly remember that you, were wearing armor, and that's about it.
That's a wonderful description. I just want to say.
Yeah.
It really is.
In addition to being utterly unremarkable to casual observers, the armor makes you appear less dangerous in combat. If two or more allies are engaged with the same foe as you, their attacks that target only you take a -2 penalty. Quirk: all your deeds, good and bad, get attributed to other people.
I swear to God, if Ferris wears that, Fizz is gonna get credit for everything.
Is that any different than what's happening now?
Not really.
So how would that work in conjunction with the girdle, though?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, there's that.
No. I'm not saying that it can't happen. I'm actually asking, how would that work in conjunction with the girdle?
It's stacked.
This item is still just champion level, though.
I guess
I mean,
because the
that-
girdle
I mean,
makes
I've got
people
these
see.
robes, so I do have armor, like champion level armor already. So if anybody doesn't have champion level armor, by all means, hop on board. I mean, I'll take it. I'll swap out.
Considering that I'm getting these gloves and I already have armor that really helps me, I'm out.
But I got armor, and I really like my armor.
You actually can't change your armor.
I know, it's built into me.
That's terrifying. I might then if no one else does. It would actually be really useful to not be
I mean,
noticed.
especially since, and also you're more melee now, so it'd be much nicer for you to have armor.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, go for it.
All right, so and once again, that comes with the default bonus of +2 to AC.
Do the gloves have a default bonus?
Gloves actually do not have a default bonus.
Okay. And can you remind me what their actual name was?
They are the gloves of swift striking. It's a in the Book of Loot. It's a Prince of Shadows item.
Okay. I've already got it added. Thank you.
And the unremarkable armor is also a Prince of Shadows item.
Surprise! Where is my character sheet?
Right. Wingspring would then take you to one of his warehouses, let you through, give the kind like, no, they're with me, don't worry. Bring you to some crates, and looking in the crates, you would see devices. And Amboise, still on Nastasia's shoulders, would look in and say, well, that confirms that much at least. And Gunhild, if you were paying attention, you would also recognize that these are in part some of the devices made to repair some of the grafting equipment you saw in the Guildhome lab.
Hmm.
And with that, that's a good place to stop for
No.
today. Unless you have anything to respond with.
No. Just
She's already in the crate.
Mm.
Get out of there, Lizzie.
But it's fascinating.
I mean, it's an open
Lizzie
box,
just
so
swimming
Amblad's the
through-
one who jumps in the crate.
I imagine
fit.
Lissy's just swimming like Scrooge McDuck in gold. But it's parts.
It's parts. So many parts.
That's even worse. You take a dive, you end up getting a screwdriver into the eye.
Hey, Dan.
What?
Before we go, does Lissy recognize any of these parts?
You would probably see the same parts that from the Guildhome lab.
Any indication as to what they are?
They effectively look like the little bits and little tubings that allow people to maintain vitality during the grafting process. But there's something slightly different about these. If you want to roll a tinkering check for some insight.
I will.
you can.
Before we go, yeah. Intelligence?
Yeah, intelligence.
Ye- Well, there's some parts.
You can once again tell that they are not quite the same as the parts from the Guildhome lab. They seem to have some design changes to them.
It's done the Sky Admiral thing again, Dan. Sorry. It's me clicking the wrong place. But okay, I'll take that. I'll take it.
All right. Well, what should that be with the proper background? That should be what? How many more? Okay, that would only be 2 more, so it doesn't change the.
It doesn't change much. Okay, good. Good.
Yeah. Yeah. You don't think that these could be used in a quite exactly the same way as the ones in Guildhome. Someone's kind of put a spin on the engineering here.
But I don't recognize who that might be. So it's not like a signature or anything.
Without the proper machine or without the rest of it, no. You know who made these parts.
Oh, it's the little guy.
But you don't exactly, you know that they are some part of the grafting process. But you can't quite put your finger on how it's changed from these parts alone.
Okay, cool.
Right. Well, does anybody else have any responses before we go on into an adventure into the woods?
You mean there's gonna be voices in the wilderness again?
Yeah, I know, it's been a bit.
Now we're going back into the woods.
Sounds pretty crazy to me.
Only that before we go, and before I probably go get myself killed, you still never had dinner, Casey.
No.
Still never had what?
Dinner.
No, we haven't yet.
I mean, if you don't want to, that's alright.
No, I kind of just had a very sudden, realization of what I am and what I'm made from, and I had to disappear a bit to find myself again, as well as a small fragment of myself.
I'm working on that right now. We've got a lot to catch up on. Or do we? You already know what happened?
No, look, you should talk to Ferris about it. It just comes in flashes.
Mm.
The only thing I think would be different is where it's a part of me. I can feel when the other shards are being used.
Well, like I said, I picked up this neat little party trick.
Interesting.
And I have no idea what I am. But neat party trick.
She kind of laughs and then, well, I know that feeling quite well, so maybe we can chat about it over dinner when we figure all this out.
Here's hoping.
All right. And with that, the party will prepare to venture from the city of Narohama into the Great Woods.
The woodsy woods.
Like, shit, I don't know all the words to Into the Woods, otherwise I'd break out into song right now. Y'all are lucky.
And a little reminder for everybody, I'm away next weekend, so there'll be no game then. But then, the weekend after that, we're gonna get into some shit.
Yeah.
We're gonna get into some wood.
Or that wood is gonna get into us.
I mean,
I'm
we hope
staying.
not.
I mean, splinters are a real serious threat.
You
They can get
ones
infected
that are
very
sealed
easily.
down first. It's true. It's true.
Who worries about infection? Oh, wait.
Everyone.
Said Melkesh.
Yeah, true.
Have a good night, folks.
Good night, everybody.
Good
Please
night.
tune in this
Good night.
Tuesday for Adderjaeger at 9:30.
Maybe. Conditional.
Conditional. There'll be announcements.
Conditional.
There,
Additional Ladder Jaeger.
there will be announcements. But yeah, maybe Adderjaeger this Tuesday at 9:30 on Tinker Tabletop. Have a good evening, everyone.
Bye.
Peace.